one of the biggest reasons of starting from Kolkata was a very interesting discussion that had happened with one of the large cab operators in India. Everybody uses on a daily basis. So not naming them, but you understand whom I'm talking about. So when I was having a discussion with them, the most interesting analogy that I could draw from that conversation was that Calcutta has the maximum rate per kilometer, considering Delhi, Bombay's, Bangalore's of the world.
Okay.
While the demand, the tech companies are all based out of there. But if you look at the cab segment, Calcutta is one of the most expensive cab segments. The running rate per kilometer is among the highest. A couple of reasons for that is that most of the cabs running in Calcutta were like diesel cabs. So whereas the entire country or the other parts, the bigger cities, I would say, had already moved to CNG. So running cost for CNG is much lower, while diesel costs was much higher. And since CNG was unavailable in Kolkata, so you were not competing with CNG rates, you were competing with diesel rates. So as it is, it was much higher. And the second biggest reason was to run EV. We understood, while there is no charging stations, we need to get into that as well. So we understood that Calcutta could be a decent pilot for us, considering that the lands are slightly cheaper than other metropolitan cities. So creating that infrastructure would have been slightly much, kind of cheaper. But yeah, long story short, there are other challenges in Calcutta that we faced, which we kind of knew, but then it turned out to be slightly more than what we can chew. So yes, issues like getting permissions or getting those infrastructure made, getting electricity on those premises. Yeah, those were certain challenges that we faced. But yeah, Calcutta was kind of we narrowed it down because of the first primary two reasons of the ROI on the asset. Yeah.
And I'm so glad because finally we are changing this perception कि नहीं यार कोलकाता से कुछ बड़ा नहीं चालू हो सकता है. Already there are a huge number of brands, but पता नहीं क्यों ऐसा notion बन गया है कि
I think consumerism is one big thing. If you look at any product, whether it is eateries, pubs, or restaurants, or shopping, clothes, brands, cabs for that matter, it is all about disposable income. What I feel Calcutta lacks is two specific segments. One is a college or college going students. So Calcutta is not famous for colleges like how Bangalore or Hyderabad or Delhi or Bombay is, right? I remember when I was getting out of my school days and I was selecting the city where I would like to study my college, Calcutta was not my first choice. Although I ended up in Calcutta studying here in doing my BCom honors from here, but I had options to go to Pune or Delhi or Bombay. But yeah, I had spent about 15 years out of my home. I've always spent in a boarding school. I had done my schooling from a boarding school. So, my parents wanted me back home for a while. So that was the only criteria for me to stay back. And I think the other thing that is missing from Calcutta is the lack of job opportunities. The so-called, I would say, MNCs, which are not really available here in the city. So, of course, since they are not available, the number of people getting employed are also not, similar to what Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore has. And because of these couple of things, आपके पास यहाँ पे अगर वो spending वाले लोग नहीं है, तो how do you expect these brands or these products to develop, right? So when I speak to giants like Reliance, Geos of the world, when they plan to open up their, say, premium stores or any kind of new stores or new ventures, Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore are the first priority because उनको पता है कि लोग पहले यहाँ के खर्च करेंगे. So if you look at even, say, Uniqlo, right?
Yeah.
Just saying their name, Calcutta में नहीं है आज के rate में. Whereas people like me love that brand and we go to Delhi and Bombay and shop in it. While they are available online, but physical store unavailable hai. So I think that are the two major reasons why Calcutta consumer products get slightly shifted out towards other cities. But cabs are certain criteria that a portion of the community will always use it, right? That's more of an essential than a consumer product. So we thought, demand wise we'll survive, and since the ROI is higher than other cities, why not try from Calcutta? So cabs we always went in, but for other products I can only understand that the consumers are limited here in the city. Yeah.
You think we can do something like immediately, like in couple of years to make it better? वैसे तो ये long term चीज है, but अभी जल्दी से.
See, again, it's a long run, right? For that to happen, you need to have the inclination from political side, the inclination from the government also कि आप क्या develop करना चाहते हो. I'll give you certain examples like Andhra Pradesh or Tamil Nadu, right? They have given crazy incentives to set up factories. Now the same thing is being done by UP. I mean, I have a lot of friends in UP who earlier were shifting out of UP because of the entire nuisance that was as a state, right? I mean, people were scared. ज़्यादा बड़े business कर लोगे तो फिर आप you will come into lamplights and so you are more inclined to get probably disturbed in a lot of ways. So I have friends who were in boarding school. They came to boarding because they were they felt unsafe in the state, right? But now when I speak to them after 20 years, they are like, this is the best place in the country right now to set up a business. So it's a lot of inclination towards the state, how you pursue. And it's economics 101, right? Demand, supply. I mean, if you have demand, you will have supply. If you have supply, you'll have demand. So that needs to be matched somewhere. So when I started with telecom also, we started off with Kolkata, but quickly understood, okay, we have larger opportunities across other states as well. So we quickly moved on. So when I look at my business, I didn't want to have everything in one place. But if you ask me honestly, क्या कर सकते हैं? You can copy paste, yeah. You don't have to re-engineer the wheel entirely. You can just copy paste what other states are doing. Give decent subsidies. आपको मैं अपने काम में बताता हूँ. आज दिल्ली में there is no road tax on EV vehicles, but Calcutta में है. Now that's not a very big cost, but it becomes very big because just to give you the math around it, around approx 20,000 का road tax है per year for a commercial vehicle. Right. Now say you are running it for 5 years, roughly. A commercial vehicle runs for 5, 6, 7 years, right? So let's take 5 years. So you're spending 1 lakh in these 5 years. Now multiply that by 1,000. You are running 1,000 cabs. And then you see that cost is not being borne by us in Delhi. Or a city like Bhubaneswar. Or a city like Hyderabad. I mean, these places have zero tax. Plus, on top of it, capital subsidy. Recently, MP has announced crazy capital subsidy on it. So these are certain examples which will always incline a startup or a, क्योंकि हमारे पास पैसे ऐसे ही कम होते हैं तो जहाँ बच जाए वो better है. So that is why we also experimented in Delhi. So while I started in Calcutta, but about 8 months back we started moving into Delhi as well. Okay. So now I have around 15% of my fleet is actually in Delhi now. And we are planning to increase that to about 30-35% in the next 6 months. I mean, we are stopping I would say we have reached that epicenter, I would say, or the equilibrium stage here in Calcutta. Now we are exploring other cities.